scale. Some of your packaging, your knives.
Yeah, one of the things too that from a sustainability aspect, obviously we use a lot of single-use plastic. However, before we were using these completely single-use dart containers, and we've actually found a company called Bottle Box.
Okay.
These guys, what they do is they recycle millions of water bottles each year.
Really?
And this clamshell, for example, is made out of 2 recycled water bottles.
Wow, okay.
So please reduce, reuse, recycle. Throw these guys back in the recycling bin so that they can be made back into these nice little clamshells for us.
That's neat.
Yeah, there's a lot of debate on the whole packaging topic, whether it should be compostable, whether it should be biodegradable, whether it should be recycled, and we've heard a lot of different feedback. One of the biggest ones regarding the biodegradable or compostable is that, well, yeah, they're made out of plants. In order to get the material to make that, we have to do more intensive conventional agriculture to produce, which is more damaging.
We're growing more plants to make into plastic.
Yeah, we're using more oil to grow plants to make more plastic.
Yeah.
And so that was another big red flag, at least for me, that I'm like, wow, yeah, that makes a lot of sense actually. And a lot of it's corn and soybean and stuff like that we're already growing. Whereas the best thing we could do is close the circle. So let's use what's already out there. There's plenty of it. There's a never-ending supply. You know, let's pay people to clean it up and reuse it. And that's the best thing we can do is support brands like that, like Bottle Box. They're doing a great job at that.
I didn't know there were companies out there doing that, but that's awesome.
Yeah, it's 100% recycled plastic.
Because we were at Walmart, my wife and I, and we were looking at, this always drives me crazy, like the pre-cut oranges and pineapples. It's like $2. I'm like, it's already in like a package, like an orange skin. So yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's been our answer to the single-use plastic.
Okay.
Now, because 95% of our business is restaurants, almost all of our restaurants are getting these large tubs each week, and we're actually swapping these out.
Oh, okay.
So
nice.
next week's harvest will go in, freshly harvested greens will go in here.
Right.
The chefs will give me their empties, and we swap them out for these. So
that essentially eliminates
plastic
waste.
Are they really big fans of that too?
They love it.
They love it. That's awesome.
These guys hold the freshness a lot better.
Yeah.
They're burpable. Not as much moisture gets into these guys.
Okay. Yeah.
And what's nice is they just throw these in the cooler. They take out what they need for the line, and then they'll just refill their container at the line.
Nice.
So they're not opening and closing the same clamshell over and over and over again.
Most, at least when you're packaging them, the small ones, they'll put the whole thing on the line. It'll sit there all day, and at the end of the day, they put it back. And they're like, "Well, my greens are going bad.
My greens are going bad.
What's going on?" And we're like, "Well, you're working in a hot kitchen."
Yeah. It's not our product. It's you.
So and there's a lot of education actually that goes into teaching the chefs even how to, maintain the freshness of the product. Because again, we had some chefs buying smaller quantities and just put it all out. We're like, we'll try putting it in an ice bath, like put the container in some ice water to keep it cool, while it's out on the line. Take some out and leave the rest in the fridge, different things like that.
Right.
But this has been an awesome addition, and the chefs are loving it.
And
the people that are buying micros right now from distributors are getting them all in clamshells, and they just throw them away at the end of the day. So this has been really nice, and it saves them space too.
And it keeps it simple. I mean, when we did this, I'm like, I don't want to be washing plastic bins all day. I mean, just because it's us, but we went with the largest size, but again, luckily our chefs are being really cool and flexible, where we'll put 2 or even 3 varieties in one box.
Nice.
And we'll just put like some paper towel between them,
some dividers,
and it works just fine. It gets the job done, and they love it. So yeah.